She would come first, right?
Yeah,
So I'm
not
just sitting there
related.
just like, okay. So I got to the point where I was just like, just suck my balls. Like literally. Because she was bad at giving head on top of that.
I'll settle for the
Yeah, just like
sucking.
suck my balls. Like, sure.
Welcome to
What a sacrifice you made.
I know. I was just like, I got really
gentleman.
mad.
We're
I
leaving
was just
that in.
like,
Welcome
fine.
to Pretend
All
Friends.
right, anyway,
Suck balls.
folks, welcome to the Pretend Friends podcast. We are here live in Shane's apartment once again. Joining us today, a returning guest and a special guest. We'll start with the returning guest. Our Zoomer correspondent, our man on the streets, our
How's that looking down
token
there?
founder guy who SF Tech founder guy who's also our friend.
Token
Christian
founder.
Glacion. Round of applause, folks.
Thank you. Long-time listener.
Yeah. And hailing all the way from San Jose, California, our friend Isaiah.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, what do you
Quick
think
round of
about that
applause
episode where we talked shit about San Jose?
I didn't listen. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I've only.
San Jose's.
I haven't caught completely up with the catalog yet.
Oh,
but
good.
I was
Skip,
doing
maybe
my
skip that
homework.
one.
Maybe-
It might
yeah,
make
maybe
you
skip
mad.
Wait, don't you live like in, you said Sunnyvale?
Yeah, now
Oh, but you
Oh,
got
nice.
the San Jose hat on. Did
born
you
and
go there?
raised. Yeah.
Born and raised in which part of San Jose?
North San Jose.
Okay, cool.
Do you think it's fun there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun there.
Which parts? I mean, it's always
Um,
fun where you grow up, though.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, what'd you do? Like, what would you do?
Well, I have like a lot of family that lives there,
Nice.
and you know, I made a lot of friends out there, and I moved a lot in San Jose.
yeah,
like
like,
after high school. So
like what kind of hijinks would you get in? You know, like when you're in high school, what are you doing?
I'm retired now, but I was a graffiti writer.
Oh,
Oh,
sick.
really?
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So that was like my little like rebellion as a youngster.
Like spray
cool.
painting or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you
I
spray
had
paint?
zero talent, but I did get arrested once for tagging. Me and my
Oh.
friends.
What?
Yeah, me and my
Unlucky.
friends would always tag. Yeah.
That's sad when you suck at it and you get arrested.
yeah. No, the cop.
That's usually how it happens.
The
I
cop
never got
mocked me
arrested.
for it too. He was just like, "This looks like shit. Why are you writing this on a school?"
Like if it looked better, he would have looked the other way. He's like, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
He's got a future.
He's like, yo, this
Well,
guy
no,
sucks.
A lot of
Arrest
people
him.
don't know this, but the Bay Area is very famous for its graffiti scene. It is a long, storied history, and there's still, if you go to the East Bay, some 6 tags, beautiful pieces that you can see if you're into it. But in San Francisco, if you get caught tagging, they will they'll let you do fentanyl on the street, but if they catch you tagging, they will like publicly hang you.
There's still
Like,
some
it's
pretty
really hard.
cool like street art and stuff though. I think it's a lot of it's commissioned, but at least it's there.
Yeah, true.
I
Especially
disagree.
like
building
I
art.
disagree.
No, what about in like the Tenderloin? Like the Tenderloin has some like
The
kind of
commission stuff,
commissions.
some of it's cool, but like it's the same thing as like the reason why we do graffiti is not to get paid to like do it on the side of a building. Like it's like
I'm talking about like art in
self-expression
general.
type shit. Like and graffiti writers don't respect it because it's like, bro, like
I like the outside of, I think it's like it's where you would get. It's like City Hall Center. It's right next to the Tenderloin, and they have like the Tenderloin Gardens, and there's this wall there. And this
Oh
is,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Huge.
There's like the power plant. in
Yeah,
front
I
of
think
it.
I think that's pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
I think
Some
the
of them
Tenderloin
are cool.
sucks, but every time I
Yeah.
see that, I'm like, cool.
like it depends on the artist too. Like if it's like a studio artist, like no respect. But if it's like a graffiti artist that like they got arrested already, so they do like clothing or other shit, and they commission someone like that to do it, especially from that city. Like yeah, like
I actually
big respect
saw,
for that type.
I
of
just
shit.
saw downtown they commissioned. I don't know why this building. They had this guy and he was painting like banana people. Have you seen those downtown?
No, maybe
They're like,
if I
they're
saw
like
it.
dunking and stuff. I don't know, but the guy was painting it right.
Banana people.
No, one of them, the guy was like, I'm
They were
like, I got
dunking.
dunking.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of it and put it. I'll take a picture and send it to you
There's some,
guys tomorrow. But like, but he was
Got
painting.
the
He was
shacks
painting it right.
outlined.
I walked by them on the way to work, and he was painting it, and right next to him was a homeless man sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
literally just the whole, and that's where that homeless guy lives.
Well, two very San Francisco things: graffiti, commissioned
homeless.
graffiti, and homeless people.
Wait, Isaiah, what do you think about like
Commissioned
someone like
homeless people.
Todd the Bunny? Do you know who Todd the Bunny is?
I don't know who that is.
Or just like people who are like they're kind of in the scene. They're like not fully commissioned, but they still try to like make money off the art.
I've been like not really keeping up with anything like recent or anything like that, just because like I don't do it anymore. You know, so
Yeah, you're retired.
I don't know. I know like the artists that I used to fuck with, like Lord Nikos. He does like those cool skeleton ones. Like it'll be like an animal and you'll see all their whole skeleton, all their like ligaments and stuff, super detailed stuff. So like,
Oh, cool.
He was
I've
like-
seen. Yeah, I know exactly what you're
yeah, he
talking
has
about.
a big one in San Jose. Like he did Eastridge Mall, which is like a legendary San Jose mall. And he did the whole side. That's a legendary San Jose mall.
legendary
What's
mall.
legendary? I'll tell you what I've experienced there, and you'll tell me what's legendary.
There's
Why
just,
why
it's
is it
just
legendary?
a coming of age location for San Jose, bro.
Wait, so what
Like,
is
yeah.
it for the people that don't know?
No, it's just. I mean, it's just where the, like a lot of the like more less well off like youth.
Oh, yeah,
congregate. Yeah. So it's like no,
It's a
we're just
shit
thinking about
mall.
ratchet.
It's a
but,
shitty
like,
mall.
It's middle class to like lower middle class
Yeah,
Okay.
to
yeah.
like impoverished.
It's definitely not
Yeah.
like,
Like,
fucking.
you know.
What's the other one called? The fancy one.
Valley Fair.
Yeah, it's like
no,
opposite
that's
of
night
there.
and day.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're
Okay, interesting.
complete
Yeah.
opposite.
There
But I
ain't no, there ain't no
wonder- so-
TJ
wait.
Maxx's at this one.
I'm the-
Like
I'm
I
the-
I don't
said.
shop there anymore, but it will always hold like a special spot in my
Yeah, I
heart.
feel
Where I'm
you,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like,
On the
no.
graffiti part, I was thinking like to what extent being commissioned at all though is just like inherently against what like graffiti like street art is, right? It's like you paint over stuff that's just like a blank canvas like for free basically because you're like sick.
Yeah.
And you like take the risk to get to a certain location. There's
Right.
like that
Yeah.
part too. But if it's commission, it's kind of just like,
But like
Yeah,
people
just doing a
grow
little
up.
painting.
Yeah,
you didn't really like
yeah,
not-
exactly.
Like,
not to
even,
say
like me,
not
like
to
if I was still a
say-
graffiti writer and I had to pay bills and I was like, you know what, like
Dude, you have a
I'm gonna
skill.
still do art. Like
Yeah.
I would want somebody to commission
You
me.
know
or, like,
how to
yeah.
paint.
I would
on
want to do
streets.
a show somewhere because like they do graffiti shows too, and people buy the canvases and or they'll have shirts. Have shirts and canvases from a
Hey,
whole bunch of artists. I
What's
like.
your opinion of Banksy?
That was a tool.
Yeah. Do all graffiti people
that's like
hate
the
him?
max ceiling of selling out.
Yeah.
Like you can't get any higher than
I
that.
figured that would be the opinion.
Except for like Obey, but like Obey's cool clothes still. Banksy. I'm not wearing a Banksy.
Wait, what's
t-shirt.
Obey? I've seen that shit. I didn't know that was like.
Yeah,
graffiti.
Yeah,
Obey,
it
like,
started out
clothing
as like
brand.
a graffiti.
Oh, and then they
Remember,
and
it
then
was the
they
face of Andre
cashed
the
in.
Giant, and they
Yeah,
said
it was
Obey.
like a
That was
wheat
the
paste
original.
guy, and then
they cashed in.
yeah.
So why is that not as bad as Banksy?
Because like Banksy was just way more of a sellout.
Oh,
Like
okay.
with his publicity stunts, like all that shit. It was just
Do people know who he is? Or
I think it's
I
just
think
some British
so.
guy. Yeah,
I don't
think it's
know.
Come out.
oh, okay.
Anyways,
Anyways,
speaking
yeah.
of artistic integrity, the
Oh,
reason
yeah.
that we've gathered 2 additional guests here is because we're going to need a little help.
yeah.
Because today we're talking about Francis Ford Coppola's epic Megalopolis.
And I think it's going to take 5 people together to figure out what happened.
to have a general idea. So if you are unaware, Francis Ford Coppola is a legendary director, The Godfather, of course, Apocalypse Now, The Godfather Part 2. Also, my favorite Dracula movie of all time, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Also, unfortunately, Godfather Part 3. And The Outsiders too,
What?
which we watched 4th of July. Shout out. Yeah, I know. I always forget that he did that, which is a good one. But anyway, legendary director, really hasn't been active for that long. As he's approaching his old age, he's decided that he wanted to do one last big bang, right? One last swing at a movie, but he was floating this script around and talking about it, and not a single studio would give him money because he's not a reliable moneymaker and has not been. He almost went bankrupt. That's why he had to make The Godfather Part 3, which saved-
Really?
yeah, that's exactly why he made it. His studio was about to go out of business, so he made that in Dracula. But now here we are, starring Adam Driver and that one girl from Game of Thrones, that light-skinned, beautiful woman whose
Yeah.
name I don't know. Also Aubrey Plaza and a bunch of other people. Megalopolis centers around
Shia
Adam
LaBeouf.
Driver as Caesar, who is the head of what design?
The design agency.
The design agency in New Rome, which is essentially New York. And then everyone is very heavily Roman coded. There's a Colosseum. He defied the laws of physics by making a material that can regenerate and also stop time. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So we'll pass the mic around, Christian, as our Zoomer correspondent. What did you think about
What's
Megalopolis?
TikTok saying about it?
Yeah, go ahead. Can you explain this in a TikTok, man? If you don't mind.
I think the Zoomers are going to, I don't know, they're going to love Adam Driver saying, go back to the club. And I think that's probably in terms of what stuff will make it into Zoomer culture, that's probably it. That's like
What about
that's a very Zoomer unfriendly movie. Like it's very it's like very like chaotic. Doesn't like if you're like have a short attention span, it like doesn't make much sense. You're not gonna like walk away understanding it. You kind of have to think about it. You know,
you do need a short attention or a long attention span to understand this movie.
You really, it's a movie like it's like it really is an art piece. Like that movie is it's very much an art piece. And if you like, it feels like if you take it too seriously, then you're just like not going to enjoy it because it's hard to take seriously. But it's like a really nice like art piece, a really nice like final like Big Bang.
I think so.
I think
Christian is pro.
You're saying if you just give into it, it's enjoyable.
Like it?
Yeah, I don't know if I like liked it or disliked it, but it was an experience. It was absurd. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I don't know if I'd watch it again, but it was absurd enough to be enjoyable. Like I haven't felt like a movie be that spaghetti since I watched Dune 1984. And to be fair, I watched Dune 1984 again, so I might give this another rewatch. But it's just like that movie is so it's just so wild. Like you really don't know what's going on. But I think. Like I'll rewatch it just to like get to the point in the movie where like the DA's daughter, which I guess that's skipping forward a little bit, but like there's a part of the movie. No spoiler. Okay, no spoilers. All right.
No spoilers. I will pass the mic over to Isaiah. I'm sorry, Christian. One more thing.
I think there's a lot of cinematography that might be missed. Some of the lighting in the movie is like really crazy. It's really well done. There are some shots of like Giancarlo Esposito's face, who's also in the movie. That are like they're really well done. It's very pretty.
Nice.
Well, that's gonna get missed, unfortunately.
Behind all the
Unfortunately.
insanity. All right, Isaiah, what was your what do you think?
I was confused. I felt swindled. I have a strong opinion on this movie, and I would have rather watched The Godfather 3 twice than watching that movie once.
Jesus Christ.
I left 15 minutes before it left, and that was pushing it
Before it
for me.
ended?
Before it ended?
Yeah.
You didn't watch the ending?
No.
You're not missed that 15
So
minutes.
you walked out of it, basically.
Last 15 minutes you're not getting much.
I was just hanging
We saw
on
some
for
people
like
leave.
the only reason I stayed was because Shane said he saw a part that made him laugh so hysterical. It was like an out-of-body experience. And I was waiting for it. I was like, this shit already passed. It's not coming. I'm leaving.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was literally like the last scene?
Yeah.
I was willing to sacrifice it at that point. I wasted 2.5 hours of my
He
time.
didn't tell you it's at the end.
Well, all right. So
That may be a hot take. I'm sorry, but
I don't think it's a hot take.
Not that hot, I
Well,
would say.
first and foremost, going a little bit more into the backstory of this, I didn't watch any trailers, right? I didn't want to know anything about.
Did any of us?
I
No.
did.
No, I didn't. So I went into this. I went in raw, as we like to say in cinema parlance.
And what did you catch?
But I did know the backstory of how it got made. So Francis Ford Coppola owns Coppola Wineries, and then he sold either all of it or a big stake of it to fund this himself because again, no studio would want to make it. So it costs 120 million in the budget, and then you got to times that by 2 for marketing. I don't think there was that much marketing. Let's call this $300 million. And it made 4 million at the box office.
Hey, it's got time.
If your opening weekend's that low, buddy, it's not going to get much
He's
better.
gonna have to
That's so
sell the
bad.
rest of
I
his
hope
winery,
China
bro.
likes it.
So I know, yeah. No way the Chinese. It was incomprehensible
They're
to
gonna
me.
just get it. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like,
It was incomprehensible to me. You think the fucking Chinese are going to pick up on this? Their favorite movie is the Transformers. That's like,
Michael Bay blew that shit out of
Michael
the
Bay
water.
blew
I
it out
don't
of
give
the
a fuck what you say.
okay, so anyway, to my take of the movie, look, I'm a big. You probably picked up on this.
He never went negative.
You never went there, not once.
Holy shit.
You guys know me. I love movies. Obviously, I love Francis Ford Coppola's classics. So I went into this wanting him to succeed. And similar to what our Zoomer friend Christian Glacion says, it made me feel. I have not felt that way in a movie theater since I don't know when. I've never
make you feel
felt
bad?
such a combination of befuddled, amazed, sort of like taken aback by the direction, the acting choices, none of that made sense nor congealed into anything I could say is a good movie. But I was engaged. I was laughing. Shane was two seats over from me, busting up laughing at every other line. The scene where they do the Coliseum and Adam Driver is high and doing there were some really fun sequences, really interesting shots, as Christian says. But man, oh man, this is why movies are a collaborative effort, right? So when one guy is like, I'm spending my money and I'm going to do everything I want, you get a big old fucking mess like this because you need someone shoulder tapping old ass Francis Ford Coppola and being like, we don't need this sequence where clowns dance for 15 minutes. we maybe need a little bit more information about this character. And he's just like, no. So I'll pass the mic over to Jay. What's going on,
someone's passion project.
This is someone's which is sad. Fuck, it sucks more when a passion project.
That same guy did The Godfather. Bro.
I know. It doesn't matter when Captain America 12 sucks because like that's no one gives a shit. Then that's no one's passion. People are just making that machine go. But when something like this is deranged, you're like, damn, that sucks. Someone you once, you really do respect, just can't quite make movies like the way you want them to anymore. But Jacob,
I kind of liked it. I honestly did kind of. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think similar to Christian, I just like gave into it. If you just act like you're like, yeah, they're talking stupid. It's like, why is the whole movie like this? Like, but it felt like they were like doing it more so on purpose.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, all right, it's a stylistic choice. Okay, I'll just accept this. And it was very, very fucking confusing. You could tell it was made by a man who's like fighting off death.
Yeah.
A little bit. Old. He's very obsessed with time. He's just like, please, Adam Driver, stop time.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
He's gonna die any second. I don't know. It was cool, but I'm glad I saw it. You guys didn't like it? Did you like it? Or did you like it in a bad way?
I can't defend it.
Aha, it's funny.
I can't defend it as a good movie. Like I can't shoulder tap people in my life and be like, you should watch this. Because I have
certain people in my life that I would tell to watch
I enjoy it because it's just the insane product of an auteur.
Oh, and also he sold one thing I'm confused about. He sold his winery to fund this movie. You said it cost $120 million. Mm-hmm. How many huge actors did it have in it? Did you really have to have those actors? Like it's a passion project. Why are you selling a winery so you can fucking hire Adam Driver and like this other person and this other person?
Why was Shia LaBeouf in that movie?
Because he was bored.
Because he's amazing.
Yeah,
he is
that was the craziest.
That was like the best part. I love Shia.
It's so strange
because he's insane.
No,
he's actually
crazy.
an insane, deranged man, but he's awesome.
Yeah,
and he's a damn good actor as a result.
But I feel like that character could have been damn near anybody, and it would have been a similar effect.
No. I think Shia really delivers something to that role. I'm pro Shia.
Me too. I think Shia is like a real artist.
Pro Shia, not in that role.
I loved this terrible movie. I love this terrible movie. It sets up such a sense of grandeur and scale and thematic, just like bombasticness, if there is such a term.
Yeah.
And just falls flat on its face at every possible turn in a way that is just so spectacular that it's just fascinating. Like, and like, to be fair, there's a lot of money, there's a lot of star power, and some stuff works. There's some great actors in this movie. So I'm glad Shia LaBeouf was in this movie. I'm glad that Shia LaBeouf, there's little winks and nods with the casting. I'm glad that Shia LaBeouf gets to interact with the guy who was like the co-warden in Holes, right? The same actor.
Oh, yeah.
That's the warden in Holes, right? That's the guy in Holes.
Connection.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's interacting with Shia LaBeouf.
I didn't make that connection.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you get what I'm going to call the fucking just like A-list boomer circle jerk movies that are becoming pretty popular now. These ensemble casts, they're just throwing everything at you. Yeah. You're getting all these people in.
It's too many.
You might even call like the Chugi, the A-list Chugi circle jerk, because it's like a millennials. It's the people we like.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But you know what? That was the
So
first
there's-
time I saw Gus not play Gus. That was cool.
Who the fuck is that?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, I guess you haven't seen Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee.
Oh, I guess not.
But
How
speaking
dare
of
you.
Spike Lee, what I did like about this movie too is that like I think it's just a thing with like aging directors where they have a lot of ideas that turn into like little vignettes within the movie, and the story is just like a loose connection of
Yeah.
these like
Yeah.
little cool vignettes, right?
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
all
Oh,
these
yeah.
cool
Yes.
little like backdrops in this movie that are pretty cool. They make absolutely no sense whatsoever, and some of them are so like ambitious in their sort of like edge that it becomes like corny and awkward and hilarious. There are some scenes in this movie that were just so cliche in such an intense way, such a combination of cliches and just in just like so focused that I just couldn't help but laugh. Like it like broke me. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but
some of these things were
Totally
just
get
like,
what you're saying.
oh my god! Like, there's that.
Can you give an example?
There's a montage of the movie when the characters are recovering from getting injured, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this montage has like these little vignettes and these little
Yeah,
scenes and the sequences
yeah.
that are just so absurd. I just like couldn't believe. I was taking pictures because I can't believe that this is on a screen in IMAX. Like this is just so fucking weird and ridiculous and bizarre and just
Yeah.
like authentic. It's just like, man.
Yeah. Damn. Strong words.
And what
Insane.
else? Oh, Lawrence Fishburne, right? Lawrence Fishburne is in this movie, and he is driving a car. He's a driver in the movie, right?
Also the narrator.
Yeah.
All right. So, what was one of Lawrence Fishburne's first roles? He was navigating a ship in Vietnam. In which movie? Apocalypse
Apocalypse
Now.
Now.
Directed by who?
Francis Ford Coppola.
So these little callbacks are just so cool. I was just
Damn.
like, damn, this circle jerk is really cool.
Yeah.
I think I've never seen good actors look so bad though. The script is terrible.
Man, the dialogue, the way people
Aubrey
react to each other is
Plaza
pretty
looked
bad.
was horribly miscast.
I hate
Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza is
Horribly
a
miscast.
bad actor. That was the worst part of the
but
movie.
shout out Francis Ford. We got to see Aubrey Plaza's titties at least 3 times.
We did?
Yes,
I
we
just
did.
hate her so much. I don't even remember.
What?
I hate Aubrey Plaza.
She's cool, man.
I mean,
fuck
I'm
her.
fine with her.
I
I was a
I don't
big,
like her.
I
I
found
think
myself
she's a
so to
shitty
resent her because
actor.
I felt like she would reject me in real life, and then I got over it.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, all right, whatever.
I just don't like anything she's ever in. I don't
Jesus
like her.
Christ.
as
You don't
an
even like
actor.
Scott Pilgrim?
Scott Pilgrim's versus
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
great.
seen that.
Oh wow.
That is like that's like you.
I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of
Yeah.
I know. That's why I don't watch it because I'm just like, this is too like, I already know what this story. It's my life.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Because I'm gonna pass the mic back, so I'm gonna get the rest. I took a lot of notes, but like, yeah, just terrible casting.
Mm.
Like Aubrey Plaza, but the thing is like these are also actors who are taking this opportunity to extend themselves creatively too.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
there's that. There's Francis Ford Coppola making his magnum opus. He has all these ideas that he's accumulated over time. You can tell some of them are so fucking dated.
Yeah.
Some of them are straight out of 2004. Some are from like 2014-ish, it seems like, right? Just based on like the themes and what's going on, these little like self-contained like little moments here. So it's this scatterbrain of like all this like decades of ideas that he's just built up.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see it, but man, it just fails
Yeah.
so spectacularly every single time.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's lack of
Whoa.
cohesion is like, but it makes you kind of rethink things. It's lack of cohesion is what's going to lose a lot of people.
Actually, yeah. No, that's probably why I liked it because the cohesion was bad. But once a scene was going for like 3 minutes, I'd be like, oh,
You're just
I
like,
like
okay,
this.
I get
And then
it.
like it would end and then you'd be like, okay, what's happening now? And then you like kind of get into it again. That's how I felt watching it.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, no, I remember what happened, but I did like there was no plot line to follow necessarily. Like what
Okay. How did it end?
they were beefing.
Oh, you didn't,
I
you didn't
left.
see the end, yeah.
So my
I just
understanding was
walked
the guy that's in head of the design department,
Caesar.
Caesar. He was beefing with the mayor.
Cicero.
Correct. I didn't even I paid attention, but I didn't take note enough because I disliked it that much. I don't remember the characters' names, but
Fair enough.
they were fighting, and then Caesar gets with the mayor's daughter. Boom, smashes. Right, has a kid.
It's confirmed they had sex. Yes.
So they have a kid. The mayor hates him even more. tries to blackmail somebody. I didn't understand what the envelope had in it.
Oh, the envelope was like him admitting that he lied while prosecuting him for murdering his wife.
Okay, so what was he supposed to do with that envelope?
Well, no, he was basically saying like, dude, I'll admit that I lied about you murdering your wife if you don't fuck my daughter anymore.
It's giving him collateral. Like listen, this is so that I'm going to agree to like whatever we agree to or whatever. Basically, right?
He was going to give him free reign.
But because you have evidence to put me in prison.
But it was if Caesar left like his daughter's life. That was the condition. That was the condition.
I mean, like there's like they spell like the dialogue is so bad that they spell everything out in the movie very plainly all the time, but somehow it's still incomprehensible because of how the scenes are like
and there's so
together.
Much space in between certain plot points where you're just like where is this picking back up
dude
off
at one point like I don't know, like Adam Driver I think is a great actor. I've always been very interested in his career. I think he has a really one of those like ugly faces that like in order to be truly beautiful you have to be kind of ugly, right? And he kind of exemplifies that very well. So I've always been a big Adam Driver fan, but man, bizarre, very stilted, strange performance here.
I like
some of his vocal, like the way I guess just the way he speaks in that movie, especially at the beginning, was like super hard. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because like my ears ring too much or something like that. But it's like you cannot hear what he's saying. You just can't. Really? Like he's just like mumbling. He's like to be or not to be, and then he starts like mumbling. And
one thing to call out too, at one point in this movie, no spoilers. Because this doesn't really need that much context. He just gives the entire to be or not to be speech from Hamlet. He just delivers it. The whole fucking stand. like
watch this.
Not an illusion, not like a reference, just says it.
Oh, I thought he was like, because I don't really know it that much. I'm not into theater, but like I thought he was just like starting off with to be or not to be, and then like going into whatever he was trying to say.
No, bar for bar,
bar for bar,
bar for bar.
Also, how dare you not have read Hamlet? Fuck.
I don't know.
Not cultured.
Yeah.
And then after it was just like, okay.
Shane's watched The Lion King, thank God. Oh, also shout out Shane for making this delicious garlic bread. That's Safeway garlic bread. Throw it straight in the oven. Is anything better? Really?
You guys got a Safeway garlic bread sponsorship?
I think we do. Yeah. Shout out Safeway.
We could try.
You know what's funny? I was in a Safeway, but in Pacifica, California, which is like 99% white. It's one of the only white towns left in the entire Bay Area.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, hey, hell yeah, brother, right there. And I realized something. This is gonna sound strange, but 2 people working there that I interacted with were special. And then it brought me back. I'm like, oh yeah, back in the day, you would go into a Safeway and like there was a ton of special people working there. That was just like one of the jobs that they could do. Yeah, and it made me realize the only Safeways I go to are around here, and the only people that work there are immigrants. So immigrants, Latino people have taken over the role of the special folks.
I'm proud of my people for rising to that level. You know? As a representative, I'd say a long time coming.
Dude, Safeway at like... First off, okay.
Are you talking about the Safeway near me?
Yeah. Safeway, 4th and King. It's like whatever.
It used to be after 10 p.m. It was bad. Now it's after 8 p.m.
Dude, okay, first off.
It's weird.
After like the store closes at 11. I go there at like...
Close at midnight.
Every day?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I live a block away from it.
I
Continue the story,
near.
Christian. We got
okay, well, anyway, it'll be like 30 minutes to close. I'm pretty sure it closes like 11 weekdays.
Dude, that's the worst, dude. Going to that Safeway, it's basically like checking out like on 6th Street.
Why is it so busy? I don't understand.
Why is it so
because
busy?
there's a Caltrans station right there.
No, dude. 11:30 at night.
Wait, there's a lot of people coming in now.
Wait, Christian, you can answer your own question. Who is in there at that time?
I like me apparently.
No. It's like one normal person, you or me, and the rest of the people around us are like crackheads.
No,
I've been there so many times at that time.
Okay, first of all, I resent the use of the term crackhead. People haven't been doing crack for years. They're all either on meth or addicted to opiates.
All right, they're fucking American zombies. All right,
like they're not like it's not like tech workers, but it's also not like I'm sure it's people getting off of work like super late night, but it's also like. I don't know. It's a lot of. It's just a lot. It's too many people. I don't know. It bothers
We're
me.
talking about the
I'm sorry.
Safeway next
Why
to
are
the
we talking
Caltrans
about
station.
this?
Because
Because I mentioned Safeway.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a same.
I just want to complain.
Yeah.
Yes.
How bad?
Oh yeah, you went there the other day with me. Yeah, that fucking place sucks. And imagine it at fucking 11:30 p.m.
Yeah.
What's more American than like the only public restroom around is a Safeway. You slip in there without buying anything, and you do a hardcore drug in that bathroom. You hang out for 20, 25 minutes. You walk right back out.
No, you go to
Train
Starbucks.
station's
For
You're
right
that.
in
there.
the bathroom for 25 minutes.
Yeah, no one's gonna say anything. You're in a Safeway.
And people do drugs in bathrooms.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Man.
what the Koala table's for. Shout out to John Mulaney.
Shout out.
I've never
Have you
lived
ever-
out here.
You know
so I
you've
don't
hit
know.
rock bottom when you're doing cocaine off of one of those tables where you change babies.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go. Do you remember that time we were in that little what was that? We were at that bar in the Mission, and they had that little pool room. There was a pool room where it's like just big enough to fit like a pool table
Uh-huh.
on your bachelor party. We were all there.
Oh yeah, at St. Mary's. Yeah.
We were people were were doing blow in that room.
Yeah.
That was like one of those things. And it was like really like, it was like red lighting too. That was one of those moments. You ever have like an out of body experience and you're just like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah, I was like, dude, holy shit. Yeah, we
the
have been doing a
fuck
lot of
am I?
drugs that day. Yeah.
Where are you?
Isaiah, what is your relationship with cocaine?
We're in love.
Dude, these days, I don't know anyone can do cocaine these days. It just sounds scary because of fentanyl and shit.
Oh,
Mhm.
are
Like-
we?
It's taking people out.
No, Isaiah, we're an open, honest podcast.
Oh,
Go ahead,
okay.
tell us. Yeah.
I would only do it
You-
after my friend.
Oh, wait,
does
wait,
it.
so do you regularly do cocaine?
No, I wouldn't say regularly.
Like once
Like-
every 3 months, 2 months?
I don't know how bad this would be for like. How
I-
honest can I be on?
You
it?
can be as honest, dude. What are the chances that your boss is going to watch those? Ask yourself that.
if you feel bad about it, we
Yeah,
just
like
cut it
anything on here is for like entertainment purposes.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
from my point of view.
That's why we're here.
If you don't want something,
I don't care to be honest. No, like,
yeah, no, dude, run it.
I
Tell
don't
us.
run for. I'm not gonna run for Congress or anything. But like, yeah,
Hey, I
like,
still might.
um,
I don't know about that anymore.
what was the question?
What's your relationship with cocaine?
I don't mind it.
Historically, like, did you ever go through a period where you're doing a lot of it? Has it come in and out, or have you always been kind of like steady?
I'd say like the way I'll probably look back at this time, I'll be like, yeah, that was the most, or like the most frequently I was doing it.
Oh, cool.
I guess
Just
it's about
because
that
like
age,
I've
right?
never been like a hard drugs type of guy.
How old are
Okay.
you?
Yeah, I'm 28.
Yeah, that's like around
That's
like when
about it,
like people
yeah.
they
But-
hopefully start like shutting it down, like that lifestyle.
Yeah, I had a kid young though, so like I didn't really have like a young party phase. So like,
Yeah.
But yeah, Isaiah's also a dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Shout out.
Shout
I
out.
also had kids young, but I also had a young party phase because I was a bad.
now I'm just imagining.
Troy.
Nathan being the U.S. president, and you meeting Xi Jinping, and you're like, "Hello, Xi Jinping," and he's like, "Can you explain this?"
Well, first of all,
Too much wumbo.
way too much
Why are you impersonating Viceroy Gunray?
Viceroy
I'm still getting through.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'm just imitating the aliens from Star Wars.
But yeah, I
too.
was still. I want to say it's been a good 2 years since I've done it, but I was doing cocaine when after my kid was born. Yeah, it probably wasn't the best, but yeah, and also doing it in public bathrooms on changing tables, which
Ouch.
again not best.
yeah,
That was before that.
I'm more of a Molly guy. Like I've
Me
gotten
too.
into EDM more recently. Like, it sounds like a whack thing to say. But like,
Hey, Isaiah, me too, bro. It's okay. Me
Yeah.
too. I'm
Like,
way too old for that
Because
shit.
I never really fucked with the type of music. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, like I was, I hit up Shane one day. I was like, dude, what is there to do after 3 a.m. in San Francisco? Because I came for a show, and he's like, go home. I'm like, all right, well, this is probably the wrong guy to hit up.
Yeah,
for this,
no,
but he wasn't wrong. Like,
I mean,
was like,
there's some 24/7. You could go to the End Up. The End Up's like one of those bars that
it
doesn't
was
close till, like, 6 in the
recommended by
morning.
somebody,
The
and I
end
was
up,
just
because that's
like,
where
I
all
don't
the
know.
fucking drudging leftovers end up.
Yeah.
No, that's literally why his
literally
name
it,
the end up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not
you're, like,
endearing.
You're
to
still
go home.
you're still very coked out or very much on Molly. You don't want to go home yet at 3:00. o'clock and you want to talk to other people who are equally deranged.
That sounds like a
Yep.
nightmare.
And then talk about like starting a business or something. You know?
Yeah,
like
shout out to
shit that you
the
talk,
it started out. It's one of the San Francisco institutions that started out as a gay bar
oh, nice.
because it's in Solo and Soma, right?
Oh yeah, and gay dudes. Let me tell you, man, those gay dudes love amphetamines. Gay men love. That's what popularized a lot of amphetamines. Amphetamines. Sorry,
Are you on them right now?
I wish.
Are you on them?
Yeah.
No. Podcasting on an amphetamine sounds
you know
lame because you're just
this?
like, yeah. Anyway, tell me about your opinion, Shane. Yeah, you want to tell me about your opinion? What about you, Chris?
Wait, so Ben Shapiro takes amphetamines before every show? Or
no,
what?
he's just Jewish.
Oh.
Jesus.
Shut up.
Shapiro?
Oh yeah, I know,
Yeah, he is.
Are you serious?
Oh, you didn't know?
Shapiro?
Yeah, Ben Shapiro does suck.
Dude, do you
You
remember
never
when?
seen a
Do
picture
you
of
remember
him?
when Ben Shapiro like said?
Ben Shapiro owns 17-year-old. Yeah, way to go, Ben. Way to bully that child.
No,
Bad. Yeah.
It's
When he
verbal
just, like-
fatalities on minors.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
when he just like read out all the lyrics to WAP.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was just
that
like
was a great.
certified
Wet
freak.
ass pussy. Wet ass pussy.
Wet ass
And then
pussy.
he was like, my sister's a doctor, and wet pussy's not normal. And you're like, oh Ben, oh Ben.
I want her to get on the wet ass pussy. Like that's why he like reads it like that.
Well, that was during the time too, where the biggest gripe was like, every female rapper only raps about their pussy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, shut up. It sounds great. Like, why are you complaining?
what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like equality to me.
Yeah,
Isn't that what you
yeah.
were pushing for?
Yeah,
Aren't they like
sounds
liberal?
right.
Or
Although I don't really, I can't say
I
I
guess they're
listen to
Republican.
any female. I'm not a big rap. That's one of those things I grew out of. Similar to you growing out of graffiti, I don't really listen to that much hip hop anymore.
You don't listen to
Oh,
Larry
man.
June?
No, I have
Oh.
no idea. Who
I
that
mean,
is.
I mean the actually like artistic, not just like here's like Nicki Minaj.
No, I don't
Women
even.
rappers
I don't
aren't
even
that
care
popular.
about Kendrick, any J. Cole, Kendrick. I don't care about any of that anymore. I
Oh.
barely like. I'm just out of the loop on.
I
hip-hop.
just use them for like the gym, you know.
Mm.
Like I don't like rap about how much money I have at home anymore. I only do that like while lifting weights or something. That's all, seems like applicable, you know.
Wow, is that all we had to say about Megalopolis? I guess there's not much without getting into the spoiler territory.
I mean,
We can start spoilers now.
okay.
Okay,
Okay, so
Spoiler
what happened in the
alert.
movie?
Yeah. So
can we try to summarize the plot?
That's
of
what
it?
I'm
Like,
saying. Let's
Try.
try to
Okay.
summarize it,
quick
Nathan.
I feel
summary.
like you have the best understanding.
Well, can you summarize the structure of like the from the Caesar and all that stuff, and then I'll describe my understanding because that
Jesus
part
Christ.
like I understand.
Okay,
I
so
don't
it's
understand what
New
you do.
Rome and very on the nose for Francis Ford. He gives every single character an actual
yeah.
like name from ancient Rome. This is 48 whatever BC. This is like the rise of Caesar. So there's Caesar, there's Cicero, there's Drusilla.
Yeah. So there's kind of like these three families, and there's
There's
like
Optimus Prime.
well, it's
There's
like a-
Starscream,
it's like
Papa Smurf. Like, there's all these
but
classic
it's
Roman
like
characters.
it's like a triangle of conflict, and they're all trying to like wrestle for some sort of like power of the city, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
all want to be like the top of the city, similar to the same way like Cicero is the old guard, right? He rose to power through conventional means. He's elected mayor. And then there's Caesar, who's like this upstart who like has the heart of the people because he cares about beauty, and he's played by Adam Driver, who has a funny face. And then
I think he looks good, and I think he looks better with the
his
short
hair looks terrible.
Really, I think it looked
He
good. in
needed a
this.
fucking haircut that whole movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was
I
really
thought his
bugging
hair
me.
actually looked good in it.
Oh, man.
personally.
Jacob loves this movie.
Yeah, he really does. So anyway,
Jacob loves this movie.
there's two conflicting views, right? There's Cicero, who wants to build a more commercial things in New Rome, aka New York, where he wants to build a casino, and then it's not 100% clear what Adam Driver. Somehow, Adam Driver, he's an architect, but he also created a material called something that can defy the laws of physics. That's very shiny, and then he can just make material with it that's renewable, and then it also saves people from dying.
Yes.
So for some reason, the people of the city are like still be like, should we build a casino or should this miracle like science defining material? Like, should we back this guy who is literally God?
Yeah.
Who can literally prevent death with this new material that he synthesized somehow. Anyway, you go to Adam Driver's office and his models for the city are made out of like tires and dollhouse parts for some reason.
Because it's
that part is you know what
yeah. Well, okay, there's also one other group which is like the insanely like rich people. They're like insanely rich. I don't know what
they currently have the power.
Oh yeah,
whatever,
who's like,
right?
and then the guy is Crassus, who's a real guy.
Yeah.
Crassus really was the richest guy in Rome. He funded a lot of Caesar's campaign. That was part of the original triumvirate was Pompey, Crassus, and Caesar.
Yeah.
So explain why was his architectural designs like mock-ups, tires, and all that shit?
Oh,
and they walked through
Dude,
it.
I'm getting such a fucking headache. Okay, go
like
ahead.
I think the entire point was like, you know, you build a lot of things with your imagination, right?
Yeah,
first.
that was the point of that scene. Essentially,
Because like she's like, or Caesar's like, okay, close your eyes. He's like talking to.
she closed her eyes while walking.
Yeah, she's
through
like, close
it.
your eyes. But like, honestly, the CGI depictions of the Utopia were fucking lame. It was just bright lights.
Yes.
Like there's no function to it. At one point, someone's like rolling around on a rail in a little ball. Like it was like some like literal
Those were
Disneyland
hilarious.
shit.
Those reminded me of the South Park episode where you have to like get fucked and like blow something to like travel fast.
Excuse me.
You don't remember that?
No.
It's a whole
Mr.
South Park
Garrison,
episode making fun
I
of
wasn't
like
allowed to watch
airplanes.
South
Mr.
Park, so I haven't
Garrison
seen a lot.
invents the world's most efficient, fastest machine, but the only way to operate it without falling off is that like the seat is like a tube that goes up your ass.
Yeah.
And then you have to like
Control with your mouth.
you have to use
Cerberus.
this to operate the controls, and then you have your hands like this. So you're just like,
And that's the only way to travel
and it goes
quickly.
like super fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking stupid.
It's pretty funny.
There's probably a reason I wasn't allowed to watch
And then at
that
one point,
for real.
Randy's like, "Wait, I noticed the controls down here do the same thing," and he's just like, "Yeah, wait, so like you can use this without getting fucked in the ass?" And he's just like, "Well, I mean, I guess."
You're right. It's
Wait,
like
why do we bring that up?
Yeah,
because the little balls of the future remind
So
me of
anyway,
that.
his vision of Utopia is just bright lights. Like there's nothing.
Yeah, it felt
of
like
substance
empty.
going
It
on.
felt like they were all in a void. There-
No,
Yeah.
some of it was functional. You
The
step
sense of
on
scale.
Oh
the
yeah.
thing and it
You could get
moves.
to a park in 5 minutes. I remember
like
that
the
was a
sen-
big selling point.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, you could.
I think that's a rule in San Francisco.
I have a
actually.
conspiracy theory about the movie, though. I think
Okay.
I think it's Caesar's supposed to represent Elon Musk.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
That makes the movie
Yeah.
8
Caesar
times worse.
And
represents.
Cicero is fucking Gavin Newsom.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's you can draw that parallel. I like that.
Well, yeah, because these are like archetypes that have existed for all of time. So of course they exist in
Yeah.
our current life, and of course they exist in a
Yeah,
movie.
but, like-
So it's just always existed, but it
It's
just
just
happens
so
to be
many
where we're
examples of
from,
that.
and like
I mean, that's
in this
true.
area, it's kind of
a
interesting.
corrupt politician, a rich asshole. I
both of you
mean,
guys are saying it's true.
yeah,
They can both.
that's hilarious. Though.
That's all I was thinking. I was like, dude, this is like fucking like
I mean, it's accurate.
like
chronic.
Yeah.
his version of like you
Elon
know,
Musk is
a
taking that
seamless
role.
world is like
Yeah.
fucking.
Hey, you think so? You think Francis Ford Coppola even knows what Elon Musk is?
No,
Maybe.
He's probably just like, huh? Who?
he watches Fox News, bro.
The horror.
I mean, it could
That was me
represent.
watching this movie.
Yo, it could also represent Donald Trump. I mean, he's like preventing.
Whoa,
like,
whoa,
it could,
whoa,
no,
whoa.
you can do any.
I thought
with
Shia
anyone.
LaBeouf was definitely Donald Trump.
yeah, because it was like shitty
Nah,
populism.
that was
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah,
where
yeah.
he goes down there and he's
that
just
was
like,
Biden's son. Fucking
"Oh, Hunter Biden."
yeah,
Oh,
that was Hunter
true.
Biden, bro.
I
Also,
didn't see a laptop in
Shout
that
out!
movie.
It's hilarious.
and the movie
I
was
think
directed by Joe.
I think Francis Ford Coppola, right,
been doing?
is Francis Ford Coppola is like kind of almost dementia. Right? He's very old, right? So it's funny that him and Shia LaBeouf went together so well because Shia LaBeouf is just fucking insane. So both of these people got together, and I think we're just like, yeah, I'm gonna wear a dress at one point. I'm gonna dress up like these girls. I'm gonna just shave my eyebrows. What do you think, Francis? And Francis is like, yeah, that's looking. I don't know why he sounds like Bernie Sanders, but that's looking good. Yeah, go ahead, shave your eyebrows, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put on this pretty dress, and we're gonna keep making allusions to you fucking your sister. And Shia LaBeouf's like, yeah, that sounds great. Oh wait,
This movie will be the greatest redistribution of wealth.
That was his sister?
that was the whole time they were like there was a heavy incest, and like all the newscasters, every other time the newscasters
didn't know
talk
that
about them,
either.
they're like they also fuck each other.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I felt
Really
like this
weird.
movie's like a lot of the provocative material was very just like contrived, cliche ways of being like really shocking, like incest. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah, dude, come on.
There's better ways.
Also, there's that entire like 10 to 15 minute like part where Crassus and his new wife get married, and then they have that entire scene where that one girl is wearing the like whatever dress, the like dress made out of that material, and she's supposed to be like a virgin, and then she gets exposed. Why was that in the movie? What the fuck was the point of that?
Because that's a real connection to ancient Rome. The Vestal virgins. They were tasked with keeping records, keeping wills, and they were supposed to be virgins.
And
it was a really big deal.
Forever?
Forever.
Right, and
Like nuns, basically.
Come on.
Well, that was the first.
getting it in the bathroom.
Hey, you don't know the Vestal virgins getting it in.
Tell me if I'm right or not. That wasn't that like the first inkling of like the people like being like, what the fuck is this shit? And then like Shia LaBeouf like takes advantage of that somewhat.
Was he a Nazi at some point in the
Well,
movie?
they like store they like
What was that about?
who?
He was a Nazi?
Yeah, he stood on a swastika.
No, they had the
and he had
Confederate
like the
flags in there.
armbands and
Yeah, that's
the
another-
Confederate
that's another-
flag
flag was in this movie.
That's
What the
another
fuck?
bananas, like Francis Ford Coppola, no one being able to tell an old man no who's like funding the whole movie. It's just like, why is the swastika here? Like,
I didn't see the
like, why is it so on the nose?
And-
That's just
and-
edgy for his age.
And it was
Yeah.
a tree.
Like
It was a swastika tree.
What if we, like, we're gonna make a swastika out of a tree, and Shia LaBeouf's gonna stand up there, and he's gonna be just like Trump. Like, that's what I feel like. I really want to hear a recording of what Francis Ford Coppola's voice sounds like. So I don't have to do Bernie
He should
Sanders.
pay for his crimes.
There's like another movie that's upcoming that's basically another like chuggy like
Can you?
circle jerk.
What is the term? Chuggy? What is this?
What is it?
I had someone call something I did
Chuggy is like what like Gen Z uses as a derogatory term for millennials.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
fuck you, Gen
Oh,
Z.
Chuggy?
It's like our version of boomers, right? Because boomer is referring to the baby boomers. Chuggy's like a millennial thing.
Okay, hold on.
Wait,
Give me
really?
another
Yeah.
Let me write that down.
garlic
go
breath.
ahead, go ahead.
That is correct. Wait, you gotta do what now?
I'm getting a water because I have garlic.
Oh. Ooh.
I think I like this movie mostly just because of like the vignette structure. And I thought I enjoy, even though like some of the dialogue, like you're very anal, I'm very oral. Some of the lines were just
That was
garbage.
the great dialect for you?
Oh,
No, I'm saying some of the lines were
were
horrible,
Oh.
but I
said you enjoyed
enjoyed
that.
it like a play where like after every scene, the lights go off, they move all the fucking set pieces, and then a new cast comes on, they bring the lights up. That's how I watched that movie, and in that format, I kind of enjoyed it. And what they did with like, I thought the time stuff was interesting. I guess I don't know. It could have been a less original idea.
This movie sent me to comedy heaven, is what I wrote. That's one of my
Yeah.
notes.
Wow.
It was just so funny that I feel like I died. But also comedy graveyard because it was so unfunny. It took itself so seriously in such a goofy way.
Did it?
Yes. There's no fucking way you can tell me this movie didn't take itself seriously.
No, Francis Ford took that
No, it
shit
did.
seriously. There's no way. That is not. None of that shit was tongue in cheek.
Yeah, you
that
can't.
was all.
You can't explain that away by saying
hard
like,
art.
"Oh, it's self-aware. It's shitty." On no, it's not.
not.
This movie was supposed to be his fucking masterpiece, his magnum opus.
That's gotta suck as an artist to like, because like it's great. Because like
Christian, I'm with you. I like it.
I think art in the
It's
heart
okay
of
that
the
you like a bad movie.
yeah, it's okay to like.
But go on, Nathan.
But like art in the heart of the artist, right? To them, they always want to like do better, right? You always want to progress. You always want to like, you never want to look back and say that was your greatest work. At least that's my take. So it's got to suck for Francis Ford Coppola because that dude fucking came out swinging. All like everyone in the world universally recognized as some of the greatest movies ever made, pretty much, right? At least by young men such as us.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was just joking. Apocalypse Now. Ask your girlfriend if she's ever seen Apocalypse Now. That's the number one my girlfriend hasn't seen it movie. And then you ask your girlfriend that and you're like, you haven't seen Apocalypse Now?
Apocalypse Now is that's like my number 2 actually. That's like my second favorite movie.
It's
like,
amazing.
ever. That movie's fucking
Yeah.
Wait, what you're saying though, isn't that?
But yeah, so it's gotta suck for Francis
that-
Ford because
Yes.
like he really does want to. I think like through this movie, he really was trying to be like, look, I still got it. Not only do I still got it, but I can present this radical new idea that defies a lot of the laws of cinema, that shakes things up, that's nothing like you've ever seen before. And it's all true, but again, did it congeal into a particularly good movie? I think the consensus on the pod is no. And I think the country also agreed because they only made $4 million at the box office. But our theater was very packed.
Well, just think about. I mean, theaters are already. People already don't go to the theaters. Okay, they're not going to go for this.
There's another movie that sold a shit ton this weekend. What was it called? It was like the weird robot, something like that.
Oh yeah, DreamWorks. DreamWorks is fucking killing it. The Wild Robot.
I didn't know that existed.
That's like children. Like you
it.
get the children bug. You know.
Well, that's because there's bad parents that are just like, I'm gonna shove you in this fucking room for 4 hours. Just
I think there's still movies that make a lot of money.
No, there are.
But like this movie's severely is bombing.
Also, it's not like
it's not just it's
also,
bombing.
One of the
it's
most
not like there was an
historic bombs.
advertising campaign. I
There was
never
none.
saw a fucking trailer for this.
No.
So the only reason you're gonna know it's happening is if you have a friend who's a fucking nerd and he loves Francis Ford Coppola and he goes, "Hey guys, let's all go see this movie on Thursday," and then we all go, "Okay."
Yep.
There apparently was a trailer. There was a trailer that whatever the studio. Whose studio again? Lionsgate?
I believe so.
No.
Fucking Lions.
Coppola Gate.
Couple of
Is
games.
it? It's not like I don't know. Whoever distributed.
Oh, don't let me forget. I
someone
still owe
look
you
that up.
Venmo for the movie.
It'd be a shame if. Let's go back to the Godfather Part 1.
I'm just saying, it'd be a shame if you, decided that you weren't going to use my miracle material that that can be regenerated. It'd be a shame if you.
Take this spotlight and put it in the Godfather.
It'd be a shame if you walked up to a car and a small child shot me in the face.
Oh,
and
dude,
I
that scene
had to
was-
use this miracle material to come back to life. It'd be a real shame.
I love that scene.
That was pretty funny.
It was so obvious that was going to happen.
So you can see
You've
that from
seen The
10 million
Godfather.
miles
You
away.
knew it was coming.
Yeah, but to see like a weird like sci-fi version of it, I thought it was
Oh,
cool.
you mean the recovery part?
Well, the recovery, but also just like they're
getting
in
shot in the
that
face.
this weird. I don't know. It's not. It's a different. I know it's a cliche thing to happen, but at least it was done in a new. I guess
Yeah,
that's the
no,
whole
no,
theme
no.
of the movie. He's taking things that have been done and he's
Look,
doing it.
don't
like
get
in
me
his
wrong.
weird setting.
I love, like I said, I love this movie.
just
It
for very different
sucks.
reasons. Yeah.
It's fine. It's like it made me, it provoked me in a way I haven't been provoked. And maybe one day we'll look back on it as like some sort of bizarre masterpiece, right? Because that tends to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of movies that didn't perform too well, and then they eventually were appreciated post mortem. Maybe it starts something else. Like this is the beginning of something else that comes, right?
Maybe
Probably
young
not.
up and coming
Like what?
filmmakers.
Probably not.
Right.
But,
They see Francis Ford making a bunch of these weird decisions and be like, oh, I can maybe build on that. And maybe like,
It could be the inspiration
because he
for
comes
something
from
good,
that like
but-
new Hollywood era where it's like him, Scorsese, George Lucas, even.
It's like anti-cinema, basically.
Yeah.
And how like fucking weird it is and bizarre it is.
they rebelled against the studio system, and
Yeah.
it is refreshing to see someone who has the power and capability to make their own movie and kind of rebel against structures, even if it doesn't always work.
I think it's it's just so incredibly awkward. I feel like a lot of the taste, it's in poor taste a lot of time. Like it's like things that you can just pick up on and be like, oh man,
Yeah.
There's so many times that me and Nathan and I look at each other just like, oh, it's just so contrived.
Yeah,
I
it's
think if
very
you're like very familiar with cinema, a lot of it just feels very contrived. You're just like, damn, man, like, whew. It's like watching like your favorite prize fighter get fucked up at the end of his career.
Oh yeah. It's
Just
suck.
like, but he went down swinging. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Hey, you can give him credit for that. That's the thing. It's like I had a great time watching this movie. I wanted to watch it again. I want to see it again. It was really provocative. It was cool, but I think it definitely like it's not accomplishing what it set out to accomplish right now.
Definitely not.
Imagine
now.
taking
Definitely not.
Imagine taking a
knows?
hinge date
It could be
to
ahead
see
of the
this
curve.
movie.
No,
imagine,
you cannot
imagine,
take a hinge day.
Imagine taking a woman you don't know that well to this movie.
And then she comes out of it and she's just like,
She's never gonna talk to you again. She might walk out like 20 minutes in.
I always
oh, I went to one recently.
You have one more thing to say?
Forgot what it was though.
No, this is more interesting.
Okay.
Never mind.
I can't remember what the movie
fine.
was, but it was supposed to be like horror, and then it ended up being like this weird psychological thing that was like really slow, and then like it was pretty awkward for a date.
I can't think.
It was supposed to be like ooh spook, you know, and then she grabs you or whatever, and it was not. It was just like wow, you know, like
I'm pretty dialed into movies, so I feel like I've never accidentally taken. Like if I took a girl to a weird movie, it was because she's the kind of girl who's gonna like a weird.
yeah.
I took a girl. I'm trying to look up the movie. It was a Marvel movie, but it was real bad. It was
So like all of them post Endgame.
Yeah, but she was like, oh yeah, I like really love Marvel movies. So
Oh well, that's great. You can't fail that. Just take her to whatever the fuck she
took her
wants.
to the one with Brie
yeah, but it
Larson.
was like for me, I was just sitting there like, fuck. It was like it was the one movie with like Harry Styles in it.
Oh, it was the Immortals.
The Immortals, yeah.
That sucked ass.
Dude, that movie was
Eternals, whatever.
The Eternals,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
fucking matters.
Hey,
like
kinda-
it fucking matters.
That kind of happened to me one time, but it ended up being good. She wanted to see Puss in Boots, the new one, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is so stupid."
the like new one.
And then it was sick as fuck.
Yeah, it was really good.
I was like, "What the
That's
hell?"
annoying. Also, like, what are you, a fucking baby?
How old
like,
is this
you're
lady
gonna make
that
me
you were
take
meeting
you
at the
to a
movie
fucking
theater?
little baby movie?
That's what I was thinking. But then
That's what we're gonna do.
That's what I was thinking.
You want popcorn? You want so much kids.
And then, but then we went, and it
This
was
guy came
basically
to the
it
movie
was basically
theaters
like
to meet a 6-year-old.
it ended up being like a Shrek Puss in Boots version of that like animated Spider-Man. What is it called?
Oh,
Spider-Verse.
Into the
It was
Spider-Verse.
as good as that.
Oh,
Like
I get it.
it was like sick.
There's a ton of movies that have the animation style now. The like
Yeah.
new Ninja Turtles
I love
has it. The
Basically,
good.
the entire movie is animated, but it all looks like drawn.
It's like they're completely missing the point. It's like, no, guys, the point is like we have our own style.
Yeah.
You have your own style. Like, you know, that's why it was so cool, is that it was so different than like the Pixar 3D animation.
Yeah.
shit that was
Yeah.
getting pumped
Anytime-
out.
anytime
But everyone's
you see-
just doing that. and
Well,
it's
to
like,
be fair, the
alright,
Puss in
come on.
Boots thing, it is slightly different. It's,
Hey, it
you
looks
can kind
great.
of see the
Oh, yeah.
same like.
They have thicker outlines.
The Ninja Turtles movie I showed Troy.
You're
the
such a
Ninja
hater.
Turtles
I
movie.
can't tell when you're not hating.
It was edited for Zoomers is my biggest complaint, but the animation was pretty cool.
What movie?
The new Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, I want to watch that.
Mutant
I just
Mayhem?
like don't. Yeah, I feel weird watching it.
Yeah,
Like,
because you don't have
it's-
a. I
it's in-
have an
wait,
excuse
it's
to have
in
a
theaters?
child.
It's in
Yeah.
theaters?
It
It was
was in
good.
theaters. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was
Did you
good.
watch? How old's your kid, by the way?
7?
You have one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Any plans on having two? This is everyone always asks every time. someone
maybe.
says.
Not anytime soon, but
Do you have a candidate? Do you have a baby mama candidate in mind?
yeah, I'm with the lady right now.
All right, that's good.
She's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
chill.
I went to lunch with them one time. We went to this art store and I Shazammed a song that I really like at that art store. So I always have that connection.
Sick.
Thanks for that, bro.
That was a good lunch too.
We went to
Fire.
Brenda's Soul Food.
Ooh.
In the TL.
I love Brenda's.
Super good.
The
Yeah,
surrounding
it's really- we
area,
should go.
though.
Come here, buddy.
Boy.
Oh, look at that.
What?
What is that? McDonald's? That's like McDonald's now.
kind of, yeah. But it's like it's a reason for people to get in the door.
That's true.
I keep walking because like my favorite pizza shop is by there, so I keep walking past it. And I'm like, I gotta go in
It's
there.
just like an egg.
Hey, it's $5. $5 is $5, but yeah.
Hard boiled egg.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm on the lookout for baby mama number 2, and I'm thinking I go Latina this time because I went white last
Hey,
time.
what happened on
Same,
Tuesday? Wait,
same.
what happened on Tuesday?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever?
Huh?
What happened on Tuesday or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
what did happen
no,
on
she.
Tuesday?
Oh my god, she canceled on me.
Oh, right.
She was like, "Oh, I'm still feeling a little sick," because she was texting me over the weekend, and be like, "Hey, I got a cold, so watch out. You're probably gonna get a cold." I didn't get a cold. And then she was like, "Hey, I'm still kind of tired. Also, I'm about to get my period, so I probably can't hang out for like 2 weeks." And I was like, "Damn, I just got curved."
2 weeks.
She doesn't hang out on her period.
Well, no, because she was supposed to come over. So I could-
on my
Huh?
Yeah, she was
Rip.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll try again in 2 weeks because I'm not doing anything else. So
There you go.
yeah, we'll see what's up. I will give you guys a full report as promised. Also, I love period sex. Should have just told her that. He doesn't love period sex.
Not if it's the first time. That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was a little wild.
Yeah. Probably not
Wait,
for
you
me.
like why do you love it?
It's super wet. What do you mean?
That's
Feels
fucking
good.
disgusting.
Oh my God,
I
you're
know
right.
it's not actually. It's very
it's
mature. I
sticky
appreciate
wet,
it.
dude.
It's mature,
Yeah.
but
It's not
I
like
just
normal.
It just,
It's like
I don't
I'm
mind.
not a huge fan.
Yeah, that's how. Well,
Not a
I mean,
huge
I
fan.
am as regular viewers of the pod would know I'm a freak. There's maybe something a little wrong with me, so maybe don't, maybe
Okay.
what I'm
I
saying.
just don't like the
Oh,
smell
me
of
too.
iron.
Like,
You know?
I'd like to get pissed on, but like I'm not gonna fuck a bloody pussy.
Okay.
Like, that's where I draw the line.
Dude, before you were like, "Can I reveal I do coke on you?" Yeah, you're like,
before you're like, what's
I said
the
I'd
Folsom
like
Street
to.
Fair?
I'm not saying
there
it's,
you go.
it's currently taking place or ever has or ever will.
Did you do it today on Folsom Street?
Oh yeah,
I
They
didn't
got the
even know.
physical.
Not a stranger though, bro. What?
Me and
Like,
me and Christian will be reporting live from the next
True.
Folsom Street Fair.
Whoa.
In a year?
Wait, when is it?
2025.
Oh,
We
Yep.
missed it.
Thank God.
2025 Folsom Street Fair
Once
will be there.
a
folks.
year.
Hopefully we'll get canceled.
Oh God, hope not.
Okay, to be fair, I've learned recently there are different types of wet.
There's different types of what?
Wet.
What?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
There's like
Yeah,
like when
please
you're
do.
like having sex, there's like wet and it's like lubricated wet. And then there's just like wet.
Well, okay. What does this other one do? What's
The other one is like you can chafe yourself. I've learned this the hard way.
I'm not
Wait,
gonna lie.
And then one of them is
wait a
like
minute.
what?
I've never had sex. So all this is sounding like
Chafe
gobbledygook
yourself.
to me, my friend.
it's like if you go for like a very like long you have to go for like an insanely long like you can't because like I'm on medication so I just can't.
oh, I was gonna say that's a humble brag, but no, you're on
No, it's not.
antidepressants, so it's hard to come.
Antidepressants are the male birth control.
Oh, yeah.
I feel you, Christian.
There you go.
You know what else is the male
I'm
birth
getting off
control?
it
Like
right
owning
now.
a Funko Pop.
Somewhat.
Hey, Derek, if you're listening to this, yeah.
Hey, sell your Funko Pops. Sell them now.
Get rid of them.
Sell
Derek,
them
my
now.
brother has like 20, maybe.
Sell them now.
Oh my God! And
Sell
this guy
them.
has a child too. Shit, or
He's
about to.
having a child.
He's having
Hey,
a child.
congrats. Oh, now you can keep them, but say they're your kids.
Oh yeah.
Do not ever admit to having
Hey.
them for yourself.
I'm
ever.
thinking. Okay. Funko Pops, Deadpool bumper sticker.
Yeah, get rid of those. Get rid of those. Any sort of like screen print shirt that has a full sentence that says anything.
Nope.
No,
Ice
Take it
that
off.
baby.
no, take it off.
Ice that
Unless
baby.
it's something really funny, but not like weird and conservative.
Wait, what do you
No.
mean? A full sentence saying something?
Yeah, you ever see someone's shirt and it's just like, kiss me on the neck because I'm fucking from Moldova.
That's a good shirt.
People from Moldova like to be kissed on the neck.
I don't know,
Nice.
no, I mean, just like, like, I'm not saying I'm Batman, but you've never seen me and Batman in the same room. That's a real shirt I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think
Dude, that
overrated.
is so funny. Did you just come
Yeah.
up with that?
What? No, that's
Man, what a great funny shirt.
God, I hate you. God damn it. all
there's
of you.
also those
Where do I get one?
Where do I get one of those? That
You
is
gotta-
so funny.
They probably sell it at the GameStop next to the Funko Pops.
Oh, that's my favorite store.
Soy
I
face.
own a Funko Pop, the only one, and
Okay.
it's Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's I would.
That's a tight fucking
You
Funko
were
Pop.
concerned about talking about cocaine, but that was way more.
Hold on a
They
second.
kind of go hand in hand.
Wait.
Yeah,
Owning one Funko Pop, and I'm assuming just like having on display somewhere.
No,
I
it's
think
just
that's-
on my nightstand out of the box. I,
I
didn't
think
keep it
one
in
is
the box.
fine.
It's just
And out of the
chilling.
box.
And out of the box.
Yeah.
My brothers are all in the
Hey,
box,
I'm not
and they're
whack,
like
like, it's
lined
just
up on
chilling
the
there.
wall.
I think one out of the box, like this little Groot that we made, this Lego Groot. See,
Oh yeah,
It's
see
fine.
that's
It's
cool.
fine.
My friend has a Funko
Karen and I
Pikachu.
made that together.
He's a
I don't know
Funko
who that is.
Pikachu that's
She
like
is
this big.
She's such a machine. We
What?
made
Oh,
that
that?
in like 4 minutes. It was like a speed run. It was crazy.
Which-
It doesn't seem that complicated, Shane. I'm
well,
not
it is,
gonna lie.
motherfucker. I'll show you.
Probably like
Hey, let's
age 8
use
and
that.
up.
We'll do a time trial with you.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot more pieces to this than I thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
like
Wow.
that.
What
How
a
do you
machine.
like
Shout
that?
out Karen.
Good job, Karen. You're a machine.
Also, thank you for being on the pod that one.
Yeah, but she's still Canadian.
Wait,
So
what were you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
talking about? Yeah, Canadian. Ugh.
something about Funko.
Funko Pops. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, what are some other things that you say Deadpool merch,
Oh, there's people that
Deadpool bumper sticker.
Deadpool bumper
We're
sticker,
saying
screen print
shirts
shirt.
with sentence. We're saying Funko Pops. We're saying
Hidden Leaf Village tattoo.
Oh,
Yo.
What's that?
Man.
The hidden from Naruto.
That's a depth I wasn't even willing to go to.
Naruto
You have a Naruto
tattoos.
tattoo?
Not it.
Well, you know what? The funny thing is, it's like if you're in the right, like if you have, I kind of shudder at this word, but if you have swag, anything can be pulled off. If you're good looking and a cool guy and you got a Naruto tattoo, I'm sure you can
I could
still
get
pull.
one. I could probably get one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if Shane-
yeah.
if Shane got a Naruto tattoo, girls would still fuck him. But if you're like
but Shane-
not particularly desirable,
But here's the thing.
and you
Wait.
own Funko Pops,
Depends on the
and you
tattoo.
have an anime
but
tattoo.
here's the thing. Shane wouldn't do that. It's like you're basically saying like, what if your grandma had balls? You know? Like,
Yeah.
What?
That's a classic
I think that's a
saying.
very Western.
Like you're talking about
grandma's balls.
You're talking about hypotheticals that will never happen.
Similar.
Isaiah, what is the tattoo situation on you?
I have a bear tattoo on my hand.
Oh,
I have my
cool.
son's name tattooed on me.
Nice. He can't break up with you.
I have a Betty Boop tattoo right here.
Oh, nice.
When I met my girl, she was dressed as Betty Boop for Halloween.
Is that
nice. That's a sick
Popeye's
sexy
girlfriend
costume right there.
or who's that?
No,
No,
Betty
no,
Boop
Betty
is
Boop.
the one with like the little tiny dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Look,
I know.
If you saw a photo,
this
yeah,
one.
look at his arm. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
yeah.
Similar,
Oh, that's
similar.
well done.
Similar
too.
style.
Look at that.
That's cool.
And then, unfortunately, I have my baby mama's name tattooed on my chest
hey,
still.
fool, we all been there, fool. Hey, don't worry.
We gotta hang out more. We got a lot of
Just find a girl with the same name or something that can kind of be. It can kind of be worked
it's
in.
crazy.
You know?
I'm gonna get it covered up or removed or whatever, but like my girl doesn't really mind, so I'm just like whatever.
How about this? Fill it with like a black square, but like leave spaces and spell her name.
If you
Her
don't,
name is Amber, and I was thinking about changing it to Hamburger. And just
it's pretty good. Okay,
it's
what's
spelled
the,
wrong, but like it could pass. Like someone's just like, what the fuck is Hamburger?
or just tattoo like fire above it.
Yeah. Okay, give us the
What?
It's AM.
Yeah.
Amber
I
is
was
the
like,
color
fire.
of your energy.
Like maybe you just love fire. I don't know.
Isaiah, give us the, okay. So if you don't mind, I would love the history. Sounds like
Hey,
you
I'm curious. What is
got
the time?
someone. How long
What's
have
the
we
time
been
at?
recording?
Time is 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 39. So it's like we've been going for about an hour.
We started like way early.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
while
I think
you're
we got
setting
time
up
for
the
this.
light and shit.
Keep
Isaiah,
going. We're probably about
I would
an
love
hour.
a timeline. How did you and your initial baby mama meet? Why'd you break up? What was the breakup like? And then what was the time between that and when you met your new girl?
That's a nice one.
Wow, Nathan.
Fuck. All right. So me and my baby mama met in high school. She was the cheerleader. I was the football player.
Nice.
So we
Nice.
stayed together for a while.
I've seen that one.
I had my kid a week after I turned 21.
Oh, damn.
And
I thought this was the teen pregnancy.
nah,
Oh, okay.
held out longer than that, luckily.
Which is impressive. When you're Latino, every single 5 year you're being
Yeah,
is like, I know
exactly.
you're pregnant at 16. Like,
Exactly.
please.
Well, that's what they
Didn't fall to the stereotype.
There'd be like 3 pregnant chicks in my high school like any given time.
Oh,
yeah.
Per
yeah.
grade.
The quarterback on my team had a 3-year-old kid come into our varsity game senior year. I swear to God, bro. It's like, it was the craziest shit ever. Like on senior night, he walked out with this kid, which was walking. Like,
For context, I have a 2.5-year-old, so yeah. I know what that.
it was
That's an
fucking crazy.
insane age to have
Damn,
as a
to have a
17-year-old.
walking child at
Yeah.
that age.
it was mind blowing.
Okay, so walk us
And then
through.
did he fuck you guys up or what?
No, he was great, but
He's like, I can't go to the game, coach. My kid has a parent teacher conference at school.
it was crazy, dude. It was for real, like wild.
Hey, that's good shit, bro. Wait,
Like
wait,
he's riding home on the bus with us after getting our ass whooped, and like his kids waiting for him at home.
That's pretty nice.
That's fucking nah. It could be horrible. He's got algebra homework to do, bro. Like,
Oh, that does
Damn,
suck.
that sucks.
I commend him though. He's doing really great. He's like a cop now, I think.
life in
Oh,
the
wow,
inner
very
city,
good.
you know.
Yeah.
Soft
He turned-
jazz playing whenever you're going to school.
Yeah. Looking out the window,
Yeah.
just knowing there's gotta be something better than this.
Yeah.
You know?
I gotta make it out of here.
Gotta
And
make it out.
Good Kid, Mad City dropped my senior year, so that was like a
Oh,
good time
nice.
for me. I was just listening to that and fucking
Hey,
That's
that's
great.
some
All right,
watching
so-
my quarterback be a dad.
So you guys decide. I'm assuming. Go ahead. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys
You're
didn't
wrong.
intend to have the child, or was it?
Nah, yeah. We didn't intend.
You
It was just
knocked
like
her out?
Oops.
yeah, it was a one fateful night.
It
you
happens. It
It was
happens.
always on
And
television.
I was risking it a lot anyways, because like she was on birth control and then took her birth control out, and I was still
Just
doing my thing. So
Oh,
And you
man.
knew you knew that she'd stop taking birth
physics
control?
of it.
yeah, I knew, but like
Undeniable.
it has like an extended
Still doing
time
my-
that it'll still work, and I was just like, well,
What kind of bro math is that? Nah, bro, she's on birth control. It'll still work for a month.
No, bro, you took it 2
it
months
really
ago.
does affect
It's
him for like a
fine.
certain amount of time after, because she had like the one in her type shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
that makes sense.
Yeah.
No. Because me and my baby mama, like, we intended to have the child because we were married
Okay.
at that point.
Good
And then
call.
she got off birth control, and I thought, like, oh, it's probably gonna be like 3-4 months until. So I wasn't anticipating anything. But the first cycle after she got off birth control,
Yeah. It was like the
Shout out
pill or
Troy.
what?
It was a pill.
Yeah.
One shot.
So the one inside you, I guess, takes longer for your
Which
body
is
to
very
acclimate.
like
but-
the thought of, and I like, have you ever like fucking a girl or with a girl and like she has the one on her arm and you touch her arm and it's just
Oh,
there?
what? Oh, you can like
No.
see it?
Yeah, you can see it. It leaves a little.
Like it's a maggot
Those
in your
things are
arm?
super bad for you, by the way. All birth control's a little whatever. I'm a guy. I don't want to like stay on it, but birth control's a little.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Their
the
body,
ring?
their choice.
Have you ever experienced the ring where you're like
ring?
fingering a girl and then you feel the ring?
Yeah, you're fingering a girl, and then like the ring comes on, and then you disappear, and then you see the eye of Mordor.
It sucks into it.
And you're like, but you're horny. You don't care. You just keep going. I mean, that's what
Wait,
I would
there's a,
do.
like the
Yeah, there's
your
like
eyes
ring or
Turn
something?
white like Frodo's.
There's a form of birth control that's like
It's a ring?
I don't know.
Was it
Yeah,
force
no.
field?
I know. The ovo. Never mind. But it's whatever. It's a new.
How
How does it
Ring
work?
thing.
What does the ring do?
It does something.
I don't know.
Jake.
I
It's
one
magic.
time, you guys ever have a girl and then she's on birth control and then she stops taking it but didn't tell you?
No,
I've never
no.
had sex with her.
Sounds like a tough one.
Yeah, it sounds like a tough one. So anyway, so you have the child. Beautiful miracle. We love him.
Yep.
How old were you when you and your how old was the child when you and your baby mama decided that we gotta call it quits?
It was a pretty messy like split, so there wasn't really like it was more like a age gap than like an actual age. It was like
Yeah.
a shit split. I wanted to make shit work like for his sake, you know, because I came from a split home. Not to make this shit fucking whack, but you know, that was just like really important to me,
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
morally. And when the best thing to do was probably fucking have ended it
Oh yeah.
way earlier,
Oh,
you know.
100%, buddy.
But
There's nothing whack about that, by the way. It's
Yeah, that's
commendable.
very commendable.
yeah, I don't know. It's I'm still coming into terms with my own internal emotions, you know.
Yeah,
But-
it's a hard thing to do.
and expressing them, you know, it's a little strange. But
Yeah, fair.
yeah, so we split, and
Classic guy response.
the tip of the iceberg was actually her dating another chick. So
Oh.
and then they moved in together, and like
That's very lesbian.
it was like
Okay, does
That's
that hurt more?
that's
I
a
don't
term
know.
that you might not know of there, but there's a term called like moving truck lesbian or U-Haul lesbian. Oh yeah, it's U-Haul lesbian.
U-hauling.
So like
Okay, yeah.
lesbians are famous. Like 2 dates in, they're like, "Fuck it, we're moving in together. Like
Yeah.
we're down in." Like they move
Yeah, I
in,
don't know. It happened
nest
quick, for
together very
sure.
quickly,
Yeah.
which is
happened real quick, and
Yeah.
it was like more of like I'm moving in with my coworker. Like she didn't initially tell me, so like we'd split. I moved out, she moved out,
Yeah. her
and then she
coworker.
moved in with her coworker, and then it later just came out that that's what that situation was. I was like, hey,
And at this point, if you don't mind me asking, what's the custody situation look like?
right now,
No,
we have-
like during this time.
Oh, there was like no agreement, but
Wait.
like it would be like I'd have them like over the weekends, like from Friday to Sunday type shit.
Okay.
No, okay.
So you're Ross from Friends?
Ross from.
Oh, I don't
Friends.
get that reference because I've never.
I didn't
seen
watch
Friends.
a lot of Friends.
He gets divorced and his wife marries another lady.
Oh, well,
That also
yeah, I
happens
guess.
to Woody
Yeah.
Allen in Manhattan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm Ross from Friends, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ross from
Nah,
It-
you don't
it's
be
tight
Ross
though.
from Friends.
Yeah, you're way cooler than Ross from Friends.
I found a really nice new lady. Well,
Where'd
not
you guys
new.
meet?
We met through a mutual friend.
Nice.
It was like my friend from high school invited me to this bar, and he's like, my girl's friend's gonna be there. Just pull up. I was like, all right, pulled up, and we headed off. And rest is history. For
How long
real.
you guys been together?
A little over 2 years.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She's
nice.
pretty cool. Got this fool on the straight and narrow.
Nice. So, what is the dynamic between you, your current girl, and your son?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, she really likes him. He fucking adores her. You know, we live together, so we have 50-50 custody, me and the baby mama. So,
So you'll have him
Yeah.
for a week in a row, then she gets him a
now we
week. or is it
do
like-
4 on, 3 off, 3 on, 4 off.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Nice. All right. Sounds like you made it work.
Yeah, for the most part. But it was like a wake up call situation for sure.
Yeah.
Like that was a wild one.
Nothing sobers you up quite like having a child.
Yeah.
You blink your eyes and you're like, oh, fuck, I am the only thing keeping this kid alive. I
Yeah.
am their only tether to the world around them. You
Yep.
and your partner. Hopefully you have a good relationship with your partner. Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I think me and Shane were around our family. A ton of very messy kind of like baby mama situations.
That shit is cray.
Yeah.
On certain sides of the family, depending. Yeah. Yeah. I'm from that branch, the ratchet branch. We just have like a ratchet branch in our family with like my mom's mom, basically. I feel like she's distinctly different from all the other children.
She is very, yeah.
And we're all descendants from
Gladys.
her. So that's for all the baby mama drama. But there's also others, right? There's been more.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean,
it's just
there's folks on my side that
it's
have
in
had
our
like
blood,
unexpected
you know.
pregnancies.
We have a proclivity to be
Whores.
males. Speaking of the males, not the females. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's
a gay
me.
bitch.
No. I mean, like I'm asking because I'm in the middle of what is essentially like a 2-year-long breakup period where it was like breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, all in the name of keeping the kids.
Yeah.
And I also came to that same conclusion. I'm like, I'm only really working hard to keep this together because I think in my head these kids need to be together, but at the same time I'm exposing them to crazy fights, just random shit in the middle.
Yeah.
So it's I should have last year made the same call that you did and just like cut it off early, but you can't.
So
because like the idea, if you guys, a lot of folks listening to this podcast don't have kids, you guys don't have kids. The idea of not being able to see your kids every single day after you've had them every single day is really hard to stomach. Because they're so young, every day is something new. It's something precious. They have another question. They do something new. They say a word. They pronounce it better than they did yesterday. And you get to gradually see that progression day over day. So anytime there's any sort of gap, you have this sinking feeling in your heart that like, I'm not there and this isn't right. Even when the baby mama situation, which mine was bad, but probably was, not as bad as a lot of them have been. Not as bad as some of the ones that our family has certainly experienced.
Yeah, that makes absentee fathers seems really bad.
Yeah.
Well, really great.
That's why
I couldn't imagine.
But-
Couldn't imagine.
Like
Really?
literally can't imagine.
Really?
Like
I
my
can't.
mind cannot wrap around that.
But
Like
what you're saying is that you'd rather have a split but good home than a together broken home.
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly. A broken home, you can still be with your baby mama and your kid is still very much in a broken home.
Yeah.
Like separating sometimes is the correct choice. But like every unhappy family is unique, right? Everyone's happy in the same way. Everyone's unhappy.
Anna Karina.
Yeah. Everyone's unhappy in very individualized, like particular ways. So it's hard to make the call. And the one thing you realize too is that you can barely ask advice, right? Because it's like a relationship is its own unique little ecosystem, its own little universe. And so when you ask a friend for advice, they're only getting one side. Yeah. Unless it's very obvious, right? Like she's cheating on me or stabbing me or like, doing something like egregious, right? But it's like,
what should I do about this?
yeah, what should I do? Yeah. Hey, my fucking baby mama keeps fucking stabbing me, fool. Like, do you think I should stay together for the kids? No. But you can't, because you ask your friends advice, and like they only have your interest in heart. They can only see it from your perspective.
True.
Right? So that's why relationship counseling can be better, because you need a third party intermediary. So it's hard to, and there's a lot of shame too. I mean, when you were going through it with your baby mama, like, were you comfortable telling your mom about all the details? Maybe some, but hey, we're fighting, but it's like,
not.
no, like, we got into a screaming match in front of my 4-year-old and he started crying.
Yeah.
Who am I telling that to? No one. I take that, I'm telling you now, but that's it. Who the fuck do you tell?
Luckily, it was a lot of internal stuff. Like my kid didn't see a whole lot of it. And plus he was young,
Mm-hmm.
It's different than if it would have happened now. He would have seen and understood a whole lot more. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Happens.
Well,
Chalk it up to the game.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, as it seems like you're navigating it well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you went through all this, and then we made you sit through Megalopolis.
That was the cherry on top.
Yeah,
I was like,
bro.
Is there a lot of people in your theater?
No, my theater experience threw me into a weird headspace from the start. Like I go in by myself. I hate seeing movies by myself, but I I got hurt at work and I had a Friday off, so I was like, fuck it, I'll catch an early showing. And I go in, I get a drink. I'm standing waiting in line at the drink machine. It's the one that has like 1,000 flavors.
The Coca-Cola
And there's this older lady there standing there taking micro sips and pouring out of like 18 different flavors. And her husband is standing next to her just watching, guarding the other soda machine. And I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, I get in and they're watching the same movie that you guys made me go see. They're sitting one row ahead of me, eating nachos together, fucking all cuddled up, no shoes on. I'm like,
you keep those shoes on in a theater. That's disgusting.
And my whole headspace was just fucked off from the jump. So maybe I should rewatch.
I'd be in front of that soda machine like a hacker in an 80s movie, like trying to come up with the perfect.
I just get one thing and I go, dude.
It's blue raspberry Coca-Cola. Wait, I think I discovered time.
80% optimal flavor.
We've done it. Anyway, so yeah, it sounds rough.
Wait, so were you like resenting them the whole time? Like, these fuckers?
Yeah, how dare
I would too.
Because I love the movie theaters, and also movie theater employees have seemed to be less and less interested in keeping their job. Like this dude was just sitting there with both headphones in, asked me, "What do you want?" When I went up to the desk, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "What do you mean? What do I want?" Like,
I get a pulse, dude. It's by the way, Chief Zoomer correspondent. We'll talk to you about this. I was at a Starbucks the other day. I was at a first of all, big mistake. Don't go to a Starbucks, but it was the most convenient. And of course, it's the stock standard Zoomer, like piercing in, like dead behind the eyes, clearly on an SSRI, and like it was my turn. And then she just looked at me and she didn't say, "Hey, can I take your order?" I don't know. I sound like a boomer. I don't care. Because the very least she can do is be like, "Hey, like, what would you like?" But she literally just stared me down until I was like, and then she was just like, and then I was like, "I'll take a venti cold brew light on the ice with a splash of milk." And then she put it in, and then she didn't even tell me how much it was. And I put the card in, and I was seething. Seething. Because one, I'm drinking Starbucks, which means that like I'm in an inconvenient position because I would never choose Starbucks if there was any other options. And then two, that
there were other options.
If you're at Starbucks, she could pay for like her trans the hormone therapy. Like they take care of you at the Starbucks.
They really do.
Really?
Yeah, dude, you can make.
Oh yeah.
Watch out.
My fucking balls are all scrunched, bro.
He's leaning back so the camera doesn't see him.
It's okay, I'll edit it out.
There's a lot of stuff. We should have spent more time talking about Isaiah's baby mom. I thought that was a pretty.
No, I like hearing pet peeves
about
about dealing with like fast food workers.
Dude, it's the worst.
Service, dude, the service in this country just keeps going down.
But okay, I think people say that, but it's just because all of you are Californians, okay? I go back to Denver, I go back to my home, my lovely state of Colorado, okay? And I'm
Colorado.
like, oh my God, this is the Zoomer girl. She's like pretty, she's like friendly at Sam's 3 at the diner. Shout out Sam's 3. She's like, "Hey, do you want this?" I ask her for extra Cholula. She puts a fuck ton in the bag.
Nice.
Good service. Over here, it's like you go to like. I went to Smashburger in San Jose when I lived over there, and it was just the same thing. It's just like none of them wearing uniforms. I was like, do these people fucking
It's like Harry Potter 3. It's like, what class do you belong to?
Like terrible food. The Smashburger was terrible.
I missed the reference.
So in Harry Potter 3, they're wearing like regular clothes.
Which one is
That's the first movie where they
Prisoners of
don't wear
Azkaban.
their like school uniforms.
Dumbass little
No one's
goats.
wearing uniforms.
Yeah, and then Harry.
Terrible.
So are we at time here? What time is it?
Yeah, let's do like 5. But yeah, we'll wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap it up. All right. So closing statements. First of all, I would recommend if you're someone who, like our friend Isaiah here, which thank you so much for joining, Christian.
Dude,
as
you
well.
were hilarious.
Yeah, you're great.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
If you are someone who loves the movie theater, right? If you like movies and you like to go to movies for movie's sake, and you're not just someone who goes for like formulaic things, you know what I mean? Like if you're interested in feeling something in a movie theater, I would recommend going to go check out Megalopolis. You're never going to see anything like that probably ever again in quite that way. Good experience. Two, what was our other points here? Thank you for the garlic bread.
Go around.
Yeah, and then go ahead, Jacob.
Man, time. You can't stop time, but sometimes you can, and then you lose it, and then you can again. The end.
Based.
Movie was bad. Conversation good.
Marcus Aurelius.
Oh my god! Oh, they pull Mark.
If you know, you know.
Oh Jesus!
I think this movie was excellent. 10 out of 10. Marcus Aurelius.
I've just been perplexed because I've talked to some people who didn't like the movie, but like they also didn't seem to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was DMing one of my friends from middle school, Camille. Shout out Camille. And she was just like, she's like, I fucking wasted my time watching this fucking movie, basically.
Damn, come on, Camille.
I don't.
But I get it though, because it's like, you know, I think like if you don't know or care about the context, this was built up as like this huge thing, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you go watch it, and you're just like, what the fuck?
It's called Megalopolis. If you went into it thinking it was going to be like a Christopher Nolan movie or something,
That's the problem.
Because Christopher Nolan movies are movies for people who don't actually like movies.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
It's like little
This-
baby movies. They
this
tell you
movie-
everything.
This movie
you
was like
need
a
to know.
big event, so it tricked some like normies.
This movie
into
will
seeing
test
it, right,
you.
and it's not for that. Like if
This
that's
movie
what you
will
want,
test you.
It's
in
not what it
ways.
is.
You know what's
Like,
funny? I think you shared this, but at one point, Francis Ford Coppola was walking into movie theaters in New York City, like trying to explain the movie to the people in the theater.
I could have used them.
Yeah, that would
I
be
had some
great.
questions.
It's okay. You didn't get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I told her that I showed up an hour late, and she said, "Oh yeah, I showed up an hour late to that movie, by the way."
Yeah, I was gonna say you never even mentioned that. I wasn't gonna out you
because
but-
I knew I was like, this movie's gonna fucking suck, bro.
I could feel it.
It's like this fool was busting his nut after like 40 years.
All that backlog cum from like 1980.
That movie was a little yellow.
She said, "You saved yourself time."
All right.
Man, I wish I could have stopped
experience.
time while I watched that movie.
I know.
So I could have
stand
wasted
that
2
theater with you
hours.
guys.
All right,
Forever.
yeah. So I thought it was fucking cool. It's go watch it, man. Just go watch it.
Go watch it. There's about
Watch it
12 actors
while
in
you
it.
still can know absolutely nothing about it and
Yeah.
see it for the first time. The only thing I lament, the biggest thing I lament from this movie is I'll never be able to watch it for the first time again.
Damn.
Well,
Maybe
you can
that
watch
first
the
hour that I
first. You can watch
missed,
the
yeah.
first half for the first time again.
Good night, bitches.
Peace. We love you. We love
bitches.
you.